Director Montgomery?
Here.
Director Dedina?
Here.
Like most everyone else these days, the governing board of San Diego Community Power meets via Zoom. At the start of each meeting, they pledge to a picture of the American flag on their screens.
With liberty and justice for all.
SDCP is a community choice energy program. It's not quite a utility, it doesn't own power lines, but soon it will be responsible for purchasing wholesale electricity on behalf of customers in San Diego, Chula Vista, Encinitas, La Mesa, and Imperial Beach. On March 1st, it will start powering city buildings like libraries and police stations. It'll start serving businesses in June, followed by homes in 2022.
Frankly, most people probably won't even notice that we're here.
Cody Hooven is SDCP's Chief Operating Officer.
If they look at their bill, they'll see a new line item with our name on it for the cost of generation of power.
Hooven is hoping their bills will be lower than under sdg&e. But the biggest change SDCP will bring is a massive boost in clean energy. 55% of its electricity will be carbon-free, compared with sdg&e's 31%. Customers can also opt to pay a little more for 100% clean energy. Chula Vista City Council member and SDCP board member Steve Padilla says this is the central mission: accelerate the transition away from fossil fuels.
It impacts everything, including public health. It impacts costs in the long run. It impacts penetrating costs for businesses, industrial, commercial clients, and of course, residential clients. But most of all, it allows folks to really begin to reduce that footprint a lot sooner and a lot more broadly by offering that choice and incentivizing that market.
San Diego Community Power has fought hard to get to this point, and sdg&e hasn't exactly been an ally. The utility's parent company spent years lobbying against SDCP's creation. Just last year, Hooven recalls her decision to hire a law firm to double-check sdg&e's rates.
I was a little nervous to hire this firm, and do I need to spend this money? We're a startup, so we think about every dollar we spend. And right off the bat, they dug deep into the rates and found an $85 million math error that ratepayers would have otherwise been charged.
Let me repeat that. SDG&E was set to overcharge customers by $85 million. SDG&E fixed the mistake before anyone was charged, and Hooven doesn't think it was intentional, but she says it does show the utility can make mistakes.
To me, it really showed the value that we bring to the table of just making sure that ratepayers are protected and that we're checking things for them.
SDG&E says it's committed to working with SDCP and to a future with 100% clean energy. Right now, SDCP is busy preparing for its Phase 1 launch next month, but as it grows to serve more customers, it plans to do a lot more than just buy electricity. Matthew Vasilakis is co-director of policy for the nonprofit Climate Action Campaign. He sees the potential for a host of new programs.
Incentivizing rooftop solar for low-income communities, community solar for communities of concern, finding ways to really get our energy system back in our own backyards so that we don't have to deal with the power safety shutoffs that happen when the backcountry's on fire. So the more that we can start building local infrastructure incentivized by SDCP with our own revenue, the better off we're going to be in terms of building out our 100% clean energy future.
Hooven says aside from offering cleaner and cheaper energy, the new power agency hopes to be more transparent and accessible than SDG&E.
Businesses, residents can come to our board meetings virtually now or in person. They can talk to their elected officials and share what they think about their rates, about programs that we can offer, about what we're doing well, what we should be doing better. So we hope to make energy a much more open concept for people and let them engage more than they probably have in the past.
The pressure is on to get things right. When it's fully up and running, SDCP will be the second largest agency of its kind in California, and people across the state will be watching to judge its success. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.